welcome to another Raiders of the Lost Attic. Today we are delving once more into the contents of Michael's parents' attic, and we have located...
Mighty Empires.
Ha ha ha! So, let's crack the lid on this and let's double check what was inside your copy box.
So, if you remember from last time, this is the hundreds of Mr. Happy banana yogurt.
We know what flavour yogurt you liked as a kid, at least.
Banana is the best flavour, everyone knows that.
But more than that... Ooh,
so I think all of these were... They've all fallen out over the years, but these were all organising different counters and tokens, of which there are hundreds. There are
loads of
cardboard map tiles.
River valleys. It's like Carcassonne.
So these are almost organised, so this is all rivers.
Coastlines. Lowlands.
Mountains.
This is the original version of Mighty Empires. Those of you who are watching might remember they released a second edition of this, which was the plastic tile, hex tile version, where the tiles were sculpted and had essentially graded on terrain, so the mountains, little kind of bumpy tiles and little field systems marked and stuff. This one is kind of a nice high-res art option, and actually one of the things I suppose that's quite nice is that it's got a wider variety of different terrain types than the ones that came on the plastic sets.
Yeah, so because all you have to do is print a different one.
But then, what it also came with in the plastic set, tiny little plastic markers you could put on them for forts, units, monsters. And again, this was stuff that...
Flags to stick on them.
Who doesn't love flags? They did do something like this for the second edition plastic set, where again there were features that you could attach on, like forts and monsters and stuff, but they weren't as detailed as these. I think these are actually nicer than the ones that came in the later plastic set.
I don't know if you can see these. I'll just throw them on the
Oops.
There's cool little dragons.
Little village. It's got a tiny village church.
I think Ben might put a picture of the dragon later.
Yeah, definitely. Little ships.
Little boat. This one's actually painted.
That's quite cool. So I'm assuming, I haven't looked at the rules for this version of Mighty Empires. Presumably the ships let you move your forces around the coastline.
So I haven't looked at the rules of this since probably 1991.
A big town. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be this. I think this may be an epic miniature. It's an epic juggernaut of corn.
Oh, that is an epic juggernaut of corn, yeah. Well,
I mean, you could
as we've discovered in every single box, there is epic everywhere.
It just makes everything that little bit more epic.
So I'm just reading the rules.
There's tokens. And there's loads of little markers as well, like the little baggage train here. Little cardboard baggage tokens. And one of the things we've been talking about, once we've read the rules on this properly, I've got to approve of this, it's got little fleur-de-lis on it, which my Bretonians automatically approve.
Yes.
We're thinking we might play a Mighty Empires campaign, so you may have checked out my previous battle report video with Michael, where we played his High Elves versus my Bretonians. Got a couple of other players, Michael's brother and another friend of his who might be interested in playing some games of 5th edition fantasy, so what we might well do is use this Mighty Empire set to play a Mighty Empires campaign at some point. If we did, we'll do some videos all about that. Let me know in the comments below if that's something you'd be interested in seeing.
So what we have in the rulebook is how do you set up the map, and so rules for generating your campaign map with all where the different players go, so placement rules and things like that, which is quite a. I remember that being quite an in-depth thing. So you build your rivers and things like that. It's got suggestions for how you store your map in between the campaign. How you create the realm's army. So if you're using Mighty Empires as the basis for a Warhammer Fantasy Battle campaign, then the points value of the army represents the points value of troops given in the Warhammer Armies book. So this was 3rd edition we were playing this.
Oh, yeah.
But I think the rules for this would work absolutely for anything else. So you, for each capital, you roll 5d6 times 100 points. For each city, 2d6 times 100. So as you expand your empire, you get bigger armies. And then each army has a certain points value, so army number 8 might have a certain number of points. So part of your manoeuvring your armies around the map, you can get a significantly one-sided battle.
I think you'd play a scenario, something like the Last Stand scenario, where you potentially have much more points than your opponents.
Yeah, so divide the army into banners. So once you've got your total total pointage, you split it into banners, and each banner at the beginning of the campaign must have between 500 and 1,500 points of troops.
Okay.
So they're relatively self-contained, but I think that can change as things go on.
Over the course of the campaign, you get presumably you have to. It says here subsistence. Presumably you have to support your banners from the forces around them.
Yeah. So the campaign season, subsistence. Make sure they're all fed. Scout, move, battle if there is a battle. Do a siege if there is a siege. You can raise, and I think I had the Warhammer Siege rules for 3rd edition, so you can play the sieges as sieges.
You've got the Warhammer Siege rules for 5th edition as well, haven't you? So we can definitely play the siege games.
Scouting charts. Yeah, so
awesome. And who wrote which version? Is this another Jarvis creation?
It is Rick Priestley and Nigel Stillman.
Ah, okay. Well, again, so it's still Mania and Rick Priestley again.
I mean, Rick Priestley, I think, was all over the 3rd edition.
Yeah.
Edition stuff. I think he's in all the books. But anyway, there's rules for battles if you're not playing a Warhammer battle.
So if you would have played this as a board game in and of itself, but we'd want to play the Warhammer battles.
Yeah, I mean it is. I mean there might be times where that's not possible, but definitely ships and war at sea, reorganisation. You can raise tiles, and then the winter season you can cast autumn spells. There's the Dragon Rage, so dragons can wander through and devastate.
Hence what this is for, presumably.
Yeah, and you can do diplomacy pacts.
Do deals, exchange
prisoners, alliances. It's very, very comprehensive.
Okay. I think at some point then what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to at least do a video showing how you go about making a map for Mighty Empires, so that we've got a map planned out for if we do a Mighty Empires campaign. And then, maybe once we've got an army for Patrice and for your brother, then we can get some games in playing a Mighty Empires campaign.
Great.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks very much for joining us. Hope you've enjoyed this brief leaf through this copy of Mighty Empires from Michael's Parents' Attic. Join us again next Wednesday for another Raiders of the Lost Attic. In the meantime, bye for now.
Bye.